We just went over League of Legends and its new season, an hour and a half of yapping. Man, it's a lot. But finally, we can look at Teamfight Tactics. This has been the longest and most painful patch. I guess it's not as bad as Multicasters or Fairy, Rakan, and Callista, but you know what? That's not important right now. What is important? Look at this massive amount of changes. I'm hype. Chibi Nico, Unbound Thresh in the rotating shop. Nice. All right. Opening encounters. As a reminder, patches usually go live early Wednesday morning, or is it Wednesday? But this one will be hitting live Thursday. New encounter for Gwen. 6% chance to appear. After the first 3 characters, Gwen gives players a random component and a pair of scissors that cuts items into components. Oh, a salvager. That's nice. You get a random component and a salvager. Draven's chance to appear goes down a little. Lissandra chance to appear goes down a little. Teemo chance to appear goes down a little. All other opening counts will be going down by 0.2% to make room for Gwen. Alright, neat. Large changes. Alright. Let's go. Bilgewater, 2 cost priced. 35 Silver Serpents. That's to make it a little harder to star up TF and Graves. It makes them a little more expensive. Captain's Brew debuff, 2 seconds. Captain's Brew AP and AD, 10%, -5. Wow. Dead Man's Dagger on kill, -5. Path of the Prosperous for Ionia. Oh, this is so broken, by the way. This is so broken. Base stats. Okay, so they only nerfed the base stats for Path of the Prosperous. 18, 30, 40 is now 10, 25, 40. So this is definitely to incentivize that if you're doing Path of the Prosperous, you full commit and go 7, right? I think Path of the Prosperous is still going to be broken. Guaranteeing 3 gold per takedown is ridiculous. I guess less stats means it's harder for you to win streak early. So that's like the cutoff, right? It's still going to be good later on if you happen to win streak with it and then get a bunch of bonus gold. And a lot of people like to cut off and do 5 instead of 7. So I can kind of see where they're going with that. Path of Transcendence, 3-star bonus. 100%. Okay. I see Path of Transcendence and I like sell all my units instantly for that path. But now reroll Ionia. It could be worth it. 22 to 70 is now 20 through 70 though. It could be worth it to try a little bit of Transcendence Ionia. A little bit of reroll Ionia. Path of Spirits. 3, 4, 5, 7. So it increases at 5 and 7. Well, no, it increased at 5. I don't particularly like Path of Spirits. Oh, but there's a 5% increase for HP for 3 and 5. I still don't know if it's worth it. Ishtal, quest adjusted. Lose 2 combats in a row. Now only gives 500, so it's not an instant win anymore. You still get enough to get Brock, but you don't win instantly. Ishtal, quest adjusted. Play Ishtal 3 rounds, 17 rounds, 13 rounds. Okay, this is so much better, because 17 rounds is actually ridiculously hard to do. 550 cash out reward. 7x Lexan duplicators. A Fawn, 2x greater duplicator. It's still 7 lesser duplicator, still that. But you get a completed item anvil, so you can't even make Brock 2 guaranteed off of 550. Lose 10 in a row. They already put this. Juggernaut 6 actually gets buffed. Otacon Omnivamp increased by 10%. Nox's 5 health multiplier. Increase. It's 6.5 at 7. Or sorry, it's 6.5 at stage 4. 7 health multiplier is actually 9.25 at stage 4 and 5. Or 5 and 6. That's pretty good. It makes vertical Noxus way better. Yeah, vertical Noxus is way better. Piltover, electrical overload is now 50 plus 10 instead of 100 plus 10. It's still going to be really good. It scales super well. Shadow Isles, ADAP. So 18, 20, 22, 25, 18, 20, 25, 33. So they're trying to incentivize you that if you go Shadow Isles, you just play Shadow Isles. Because the way the Shadow Isles board works right now, unless you have the Viego augment, you just sell all of them aside from Callista and Thresh and play Wardens. And then you just let Callista and Thresh carry you. Because you don't care about this too much. I don't know if this will be enough to make people play a full Shadow Isles board, but we'll see. Zon durability, now 15%. So 5. Heal, 30% max health. I don't know if that'll be enough to make Zon good. It'll be a way better now. But I don't know if it'll be good. 2 cost units. Bard rerolls on loss. 1, 2, 3, 3, 3. So stage 2 only, or stage 3 will now only give 1. You don't get 2 rerolls until, okay, so Bard is delayed on the extra rerolls. Bard's spell damage was increased to compensate though. So Bard gives less rerolls, but he does more damage as a unit. Grace, 50 less health, 5 less AD. Teemo, primary spell damage. 130, 200, 300. It's now 130, 200, 330. So 3-star Teemo is a little stronger. Damage over time damage. 35 through 85 is now 35 to 100. Yeah, so 3-star Teemo is way better if you're doing Yordle. Tryndamere spell base durability. Minus 10%. We saw it coming. Spell damage. 120 through 270 AD. 225. Minus 50. I mean, minus 45, but effectively minus 50. Tryndamere Ash, increased movement speed, minus 150. Damn, Tryndamere got his ass beat in these patch notes. Oh, Lord. Yeah, that's a huge nerf. Massive nerf to Tryndamere. Holy crap. He deserved it, though. He was getting hit. He was doing way too much. That was like a top 1 comp. Twisted Fate passive damage. 40, 60, 90 is now 50, 75, 115. So this is to itemizing Twisted Fate as an actual carry is way more viable now. 3 cost units. So Darius mana. Darius gets a mana buff, so he casts more often. HP heal of 5%. So some buffs to Darius here. He's probably one of the least played 3 costs in the entire game. Easily. Draven's base AD went up, but his spell damage actually went down significantly. Minus 20, then minus 40, then minus 60 if you 3-star him. God damn. Heavy hits to Draven and some small buffs to Darius. Kabuko bug fix. His heal 100, 140, 200 plus 8 is now 180, 240, 300 plus 12. Wow. These Yordles are getting some buffs. Jinx Ball has been completely rewritten, fixing bugs where Jinx would not attack or sometimes lose damage. And on top of that, she also got some increased spell damage. Plus 20 at level 1. And plus 45 at max rank. Alright, Jinx carry. It's looking viable now. No Dr. Mundo buffs, though. Ironically. He already got some small buffs. I feel like it wasn't really that great, but it is what it is. LeBlanc also receiving some hefty buffs here to make her a viable carry. Units tier 4. Alright. Ambessa. Damage buff. Ooh, a 40% damage buff at that. So yeah, Mbess is definitely going to be a viable carry. I feel like the problem is that she might die a little too easily. But 3-iteming an Ambessa, especially with buffed Noxus, could be good. Diana base. Base AD, sorry. -10. Base shield. Damn, it's 80 AP at level 1. -120. 2-star. -150. Oh, wow. You just beat Diana with a stick. So this is definitely to make Diana less of an end-all be-all sort of unit. She was a unit that could easily carry you straight to stage 5, no problems. But she's a little less of Thanos now. Kaisa. AD Kaisa specifically. Some nice little buffs to make AD Kaisa more viable. Callista, a little more attack speed. And Callista got a mana buff. And she hits more targets. Wow. Some nice Callista buffs as well. Vertical Shadow Isle might actually be the play. Misfortune base spell damage. On 3,200, 3,000. 145, 220. So a nice little compensation buff for Misfortune here. Actually, I guess the Bilgewater changes. Yeah, the Bilgewater changes are a big deal. So some compensation buffs to MF here. Since the Bilgewater items won't be as good. Excuse me. Seraphine damage per crystal. Also increased to try and make Seraphine a viable carry. Seraphine heal. Her heal took a hit, but her damage actually went up. Singed is no longer a magic fighter, he is now a magic tank. It should have been that way in the first place. Movement speed 200 is now 425. So Singed runs faster and is tankier. Little less mana per second, but his heal has been increased. I feel like Singed will still just be a put a Morella Nomicon on this unit and let him run in circles. Skarner stun duration. 2, 2.58, 1.5, 1.75. So, nice little Skarner nerfs there. Character was a little too strong. Yunara spell damage. That is not as big of a nerf as I was expecting. Oh, but the reduction is also a little bigger. So Yunara got tapped a little bit. It's meaningful. I don't think it's game changing. I think she's still going to be an absolutely amazing unit. But she did get a little bit of a little hit. Aurelian, please buff him. I've played like 10 Aurelian games, and 7 of them I've gone 8th. I've gone first on him twice, and both times it was because I hit a 3-star Diana with Pandora's Bench. T-Hex. I'm not even going to read this, just nerf him. Aurelian Soul spell damage. Plus 100. And then 800 AP. Okay, so Aurelian's a bit more of a potential carry. He's doing more damage. We love to see it. Baron Nashor Acid Glob damage. 50% of base damage is now 40, 45, then 50. So Baron 1 is a little weaker. Yeah, Baron's a little weaker. Just a little. Kindred passive damage. Minus 50%. Okay. Spell duration. Ooh, that's what's important here. The undying effect lasts a little less. Senna and Lucian Black Mist duration. Halved. Yeah, it definitely didn't need to last that long. You just debuff the whole board forever. Alright, T-Hex. Please, let these be meaningful changes. Caster stats. 3, 6, 12 mana regen. 2, 4, 5. The king is dead. A 3-star caster gives T-Hex less mana regen than a 2-star did on current patch. Finally, he's not casting 8 times. His shield halved. Thank you. He's less tanky. Spell damage. A nice little nerf to his spell damage. 2-star, 40 less AD. Fall off per target. Max 75%, so he doesn't just obliterate your backline so easily. Those are some good changes, Riot. Thank you. Finally. Alright. I am now thinking that if people do commit to playing T-Hex, it's probably if you hit like worth the wait Vi or something, right? Because now I think getting extra attack damage is the only way to play it. That way, the one time he does cast, it's really, really strong. Hopefully. Zig's attack speed, slight buff. Mana, slight buff. Passive damage, slight buff. Nice. So Zig's got some little buffs to make him more worthy of a 5 cost. Aurelian as well, so... Diana got nerfed though. Diana kind of carried the Aurelian board, so we'll see if this actually makes Targon worth playing. Core items: Kraken's Fury, attack speed and max stacks halved. Thank you. Too good of an item. That really makes up a little bit for Yanara as well. Emblems. You ever get last pick on Karis and only have a choice between a spatula and a pan? That should be a special moment. Being in first place and still getting a golden cooking utensil, but instead just became a moment of just holding and hoping for another to make a tactician's item. Power of emblems has been long tied to the power of verticals, but with lore and legends, individual units of flexible trade splashing reign supreme. Buffing emblem items. Okay. So give me just a second to... Bilgewater emblem stats. 2 mana regen plus some AD and AP. Is it just stats across the board? Yeah. Demacia emblem. Oh, you get MR as well plus mana regen. Wow. 400 health. Damn. Ionia. 25 AP AD. 250 HP. Knock 25 AP AD. Wow. They're giving some serious stats here. Making sure I'm gonna go to 3%. Alright, so emblems got statted up to oblivion. That's pretty good. I actually agree with that. Because now you actually can just like effectively get an item if you're stuck with a spat. Or a pan. Artifacts. Aegis of Dawn. You need to nerf the scythe. Aegis of Dawn steals armor a little more active. And if you get both Dawn and Dusk, it procs a little more often. Amara Steel, same change. Kappa Juice. A little more AP and AD. Higher scaling, too. Dark Insight / Null or Critically Strike. Okay, so it's its own... Sorry, I kind of knocked down my microphone a little bit. I hope that wasn't too loud. So Dark Insight is his own separate damage thing now. Void Gauntlet stores more HP. Oh boy. I really like that item too because I really loved Nuclear from the last set. Radiant items. Radiant Adaptive Helm. Buffed. Radiant Dragon Claw. Buffed. Radiant Kraken's Fury. Nerfed. Radiant Spirit Visage. Buffed. Steadfast Heart. Gargoyle. Warmogs. All buffed. Nice. Except for Kraken's Fury. It didn't need a buff. Augments. Axiomata has been temporarily removed. Okay. Axiom Augment's backline hexes will now always appear in a corner. Nice. Bando Bounty gives a little less gold. That makes sense. It was hoping you get to 10 a little too easily. Birthday Reunion Thieves Ghost requirement, level 7. So Birthday Reunion being the 2-1 augment that give you a Thieves Gloves on level 6. Now you have to hit level 7. Bronze for Life now grants 4 armor and magic resist per trait instead of 2% durability. That makes sense. You're buffing emblems, right? Growth Mindset has been removed. Hexgate Travel has been removed. Thank you. I actually kind of liked Growth Mindset, but it was too easy of a bailout for comps that were trying to get to level 9 or 10 too fast. Silco's Revenge. Max health damage. Nerfed. I guess that's a preemptive compensation nerf for the buffs to the Zon units. Soul Awakening. Nerfed. Trials of Twilight now grants 2 copies of Xinjiao immediately. Okay, I mean, yeah, when I did Trials of Twilight last, I was at like 2 HP by the time I actually got him, so that helps a little bit. World Runes Cash Out, 10 less gold. Okay. This augment's still going to be broken, I think. Because 10 gold, I mean, it still compensates pretty well with the buffed emblems. Augments. Small changes for augments, sorry. Evolve and Overcome now displays total XP. Fenrir Protection had its tool tip improved. Late game scaling now specifies that it only counts player combats. Slice of Life has had its tooltip improved. Too Much Value now specifies that it only counts player combats. Okay. And then a bunch of bug fixes like T-Hex Pilot, Jinx's Script. Alright. No buffs to Zahin, shockingly. So that's our first patch for Fighter Team Tactics. I'm just glad they nerfed all the stuff that I felt really needed to be nerfed. I can't believe Mel didn't get buffed. No buffs to Mel is crazy to me. I really thought she was going to get a hard buff here. But I guess since they're buffing Ambessa, maybe they feel like they don't need to buff Mel. But whatever. Less T-Hex in my lobbies. Less Tryndamere, less Draven, less Diana, less Yunara. I think that's what's important. I honestly think that that's what's important. All of the top comps have gotten dragged down, and some of the lower comps, once again, like Noxus, got some good buffs. So, yeah, that's going to be it for our Fighter Team Tactics patch notes. Significantly smaller than the League of Legends patch notes, but that's understandable because that's a brand new season. We also got some cool new stuff in the rotating shop. I'll be taking a look at the shop to see if I want any of it. And yeah, I think Path to the Prosperous is still going to be broken, but at the very least, it's a random chance thing. You can't force Path to the Prosperous to appear. Vertical Shadow Isles hopefully will also be good. Aurelian will also hopefully be good. I kind of doubt it because Diana kind of carries the board until you get the Aurelian too, but she's been nerfed pretty hard now too. We'll see. I guess Diana will still do her job of assassinating the back line, right? In exchange for losing a lot of like durability. Yeah, so she has a little less AD and her shield is lower. But if you put AP items on her, like, she'll still be able to assassinate the back line. So, there we are. We're through with all our patch notes, man. It was 2 hours of yapping. Once again, I will upload the League of Legends video separately. You should be looking at right now just the Teamfight Tactics video. So yeah, thanks to those of you who tuned in. I'm very excited to get into the new patch. These changes hit Thursday. We have a very, very busy day tomorrow. But I can't wait to see you all in. For now, I'm going to sign off, get some rest. I'll catch y'all soon. Peace.